Welcome to my second lecture. Myself Dr. Naveen BP, Professor in Department of Civil Engineering, NITTR, Kolkata. Today I am going to discuss important topic, that is pile construction and equipment and construction technology. Before going to detailed presentation, let me recall in lecture 1 what I have discussed. In lecture 1 I have discussed classification of foundation, that is shallow foundation and deep foundation, and types of the foundations, that is shallow as well as deep, and also we try to understand different types of pile and types of material. In this presentation I am trying to discuss on pile installation methods. First I will be covering pile equipment. Before going to installation method, first we have to understand what type of equipment we are using in the field, and then rock socketing method, then it followed by the DMC method, then rotary method, then timber piling installation method, then finally I will be concluding with steel piling method. As we already know that in current scenario we are using pile foundation for the metro project. First we should understand what is the diameter of that. Maximum we are using in the metro foundation is 1.2 meter dia. Initially we are using maximum 600 to 700 mm for residential building. Because of this metro projects we are went till 1.2 diameter, and also monopile we have constructed in Bangalore near Chinnaswamy Stadium. So in that case, see, this is the diameter of the borehole, this is the casing. In India we call the diameter of borehole as a larger for 1.2 meter, but in abroad for them the diameter will be larger diameter. If they want to call, it will be 4.5 to 5 meters diameter, and we can able to mobilize this equipment, but we have a lack of fundings. So initially we were discussing only 600, but because of the metro project we have went till 1.2. If in case if you want to use bigger diameter, the cost will also be increased. And next thing we are trying to understand, when we are designing any pile, that is skin friction pile or end bearing pile, for when we are doing the end bearing pile, this rock plays a vital role, rock socketing. So to collect the rock sample we are using this equipment, that is called round shank chisel core barrel. See, this is the core which we have mentioned is nothing but rock sample. See, this is the tip of the pile, this is rock toe. See, once you identify the bedrock, we are trying to take that sample. See, this is the sample, this is the cutter with the help of this core barrel. See how we are going to use this methodology. So we follow Kelly drilling method. What this method will tell, let's understand. First, forming the rock socket by cutting the annals in the rock using the core barrel. First you are identifying the bedrock, you are cutting that, then you will be breaking down. See, you are cutting this to the required depth, then you are cleaning. See, you are cleaning, then with the pump you are completely removing the dust particles. In case if you are not cleaning, you can't achieve the end bearing. Then you are lowering the reinforcement, you can see. See, once you lowering the reinforcement, some soil particle will again start collapsed. So for that purpose you should remove it by again cleaning the borehole. Then you have to do the concreting by the trumming method. Then one more auger, that is to cut the rock, that is double cutting rock auger without pilot bit. You can see the teeth of this auger. So you can see this is in a two side it is there, and this is when you are drilling it will go deeper and deeper. This is in a progressive double cutting rock auger with a pilot bit. See, now this is the comparison of soil auger as well as rock auger. Generally, when you see any quotation, the soil drilling cost will be less when compared to rock. Rock will be always in the higher side. Reason is the cost of the equipment we are using to cut the rock is very high. See why? Because of this drill bit. See, this is to cut the rock. You can see the teeth of the rock and you can see the teeth of the soil. So that's why the cost plays a vital role when you are doing the bore hole. And also another type of auger, that is round shaft chisel core barrel. You can see this is the chisel. This is the maximum 80 MPa. This will be used to cutting the weather rock up to 80 MPa. See, one more is roller bit core barrel. You can see the outer diameter is 150 mm to 200 mm. This will be used for the cutting the odd rock, that is up to 200 MPa. See, you can see the teeth. This is bolted rollers and this is the suction where the water will come, that will be acting as a lubrication when it is cutting is going on. Otherwise friction will be developing. See, this is another auger, blue teeth and wear part. See, here holes made to remove the bolt. See, you will be remove and doing the servicing also. Here they have made with a special steel to cut the odd rock. See, this is another type of rock auger, that is single blade cut auger. So you can see the teeth. This is then a wear plate protected with then a rock odd facing the electrodes. See, this is the holes made for removing the bullet, because after your boring your service will be done. So to removing this, this is the hole they have made. And also this is pilot bit. See, this is one more type. This is core barrel. See, this will be using to drilling the rock without flush. See, you can see this is the teeth of the augers. See, this equipment you can see only in the bigger projects. Now we have understood the related type of equipment with respect to rock. Now we are trying to understand the pile installation method. Mainly we are going to understand now is direct mud circulation method. We also call as a DMC method. See, here in this process we are using mainly three. This is the tripod machine, this is the baler, and this is the chisel. See, this again depends on the project to project. See, now I am mentioning 3.5 tons chisel. See, based on the site condition, this chisel will also vary, maybe smaller or the quantity will be more. Means the ton, it may be 5 tons or 7 tons. That will be depends on the project. So let's understand, we can't erect as it is. For that we have to follow some guidelines. What is that? Let's understand. When we are erecting this tripod machine, this is the main shear leg. The dimension will be always in the larger side. Means the dimension will be more. That is maximum 7 meter. And this length can also be adjusted with help of 20 mm dia pins. That is called, this is hook where this 3 legs will go and meet this. And also to support this main, you have another 2 side shear legs. See, that will be the length is about 6.3 meter long. The objective of this two is to support the tripod. And also we have a base channel pin, that is standard I section, that is 2 centimeter thick. There are a groove in that to hold the shear legs. To hold this will be the I section. See, this is the equipments. See, winch which I told you 3 tons, some places 1 ton, 2.5 tons, 5 tons. See, you have variety. This will be depend based on the project. And the diameter is 900 mm. Again, it may be a 600 mm, 750 also. And also to run this, we are using a diesel engine. So again you have a two types. One is 4 cylinder and 3 cylinder. The diesel consumption is 2.1 liter per hour and it is 1.75. And also suspension plate. See, the dimension of the suspension plate is 450 mm and the thickness is 50 mm. This will be the rope slip over for the pulley. When you are lifting the auger or chisel, see, this is the we are using. And also this is the wheel. The diameter of the rope is 20 mm. See, we are using pump. That is the diesel consumption is 1.25 liter per hour. The number of cylinder is 2. And also casing to maintain verticality and also retaining the bore hole from the collapse. So the length is 2750 mm. The inside diameter will be 550 mm and also thickness will be 30 mm. See, again this can be varied based on the site condition, the type of structure it is coming. Next is DMC rod. See, here the rod will have again different length, 2.7 meter, 3 meter, 3.2. As you go deeper and deeper, this length will be keep on joining to the required depth. See, this is called trummy pipe. You can see this picture. The internal diameter is 5 inch, the outer diameter is 6 inch. See, when you want to lift any pipes, so this is the fork. To run this machine, we are using a vertical pump, that is 10 HP. Electric operator is required. See, this is the nozzle. This will be coming bentonite as well as water. It will be circulating in this. You have a 2 volts, the water will come and also the bentonite when your boring activity is in progress. So before going to understand the pile procedure, we have understood the equipment. Now after that we try to understand what is the, to make this bore hole stable, first we have to create the pit. Why? This is called bentonite pit. Here we are inserting the vertical sump inside this pump, this pit. See, objective is to, when you bore hole activity started, this bentonite will be circulated in the, see, this is the pit. From here it will go to the bore hole, again it will come back. See, this process is known as a direct mud circulation because it involves circulation of mud from the pile bore hole directly into the bentonite pit, where the pump reuses the bentonite slurry, leaving allowed to settle the mud. That's why this name it is called as a direct mud circulation. It means circulating from the pit to the bore hole. So when we are talking about the bentonite, the specific gravity we should maintain is 1.05 to 1.12. How you will be maintaining? This is the calculation. See, to achieve the specific gravity, this is the concentration of bentonite we will be calculating. This is Ys equals 1 plus 0.006x into Cs. The Cs is nothing but concentration of bentonite by the weight. See, once you calculate it, you will get, for example, for 1 metric cube of water, you are taking 83.3 kg bentonite. When you mix, you will get the specific gravity of 1.05 specific gravity. Then only your bore hole will be stabilized. See, next what you will try to do, now you are erecting this tripod machine. See, this is the pulley. You can see this is the chisel you are lifting by the rope, that is 20 mm diameter rope. See, and also you should understand we have to use fresh water for preparation of the bentonite. In case if you are not able to get a fresh water in the site, then what is the alternative? You have to use some special additive like ferrosum lignosulfide in the combination of soda ash, phosphates and flocculent are added. Then once the tripod machine is erected and the rope is fixed, now the chisel is fitted, you start drilling. You can see you start drilling, and also meantime you have to clean the bore hole with the baler. See, once the required depth is achieved, then based on the required depth you will be constructing the reinforcement cage. See here the reinforcement cage process is going on. Then you are lowering this reinforcement. Then after lowering the reinforcement, you will be using Trummy method concrete to do the concreting. You can see you are fixing the Trummy pipe, then you are pouring the concrete. By using this, automatically the vibration will be done and the concrete will be settled systematically in the pile. And also this is the indirect way of identifying. Once the pile is constructed at the required depth without any seepage, then this concrete overflow will take place. See, this is the again thumb rule concept. In case if bore hole collapse while doing concreting, then concrete consumption will be more and this overflow can't be able to see. See, this method which I am trying to say, DMC method, is a completely indirect method of identifying the bore hole depth, required depth. For that you require a skilled supervisor or skilled engineer, and also proper soil verification, rock at the respective depth plays a vital role. Next method is boat cast in situ pile with help of rotary method. This is rotary method. In rotary method, what you will be doing, first you are identifying the pile point, then you are inserting the casing at the required depth. If soil is weak as per the soil report, till that depth, like a 1 meter or a 2 meter or sometimes 3 meter, till that time we are putting the casing, then we start boring. In case if you are not putting the casing, the bore will, when you start boring, it start collapsing. So to avoid that collapsing, you are using the casing. Then your bore hole is started. You can see drilling progress is going on at the required depth. When you are doing, you will be measuring, because this is in a rotary, whether the bore hole is going to collapse, everything you can able to clearly monitor, and also water table will also able to get it. This method we are using in the metro foundation. Then once till you identify the odd rock at the required depth, make ensure by collecting the sample, then lowering the reinforcement. You can see lowering the reinforcement. Then with the help of Trummy method, you are pouring the concrete. See, when you are doing this Trummy method, this funnel will be lifted and making drop. So in this way the vibration will take place and also concrete will segregate systematically. See, then you are doing the concreting. You can see it will be like this. Now the concrete is going out at required. After curing, and if you excavate, it looks like this, 4 number of piles. See, now in this middle column will come. This is called pile cutoff level. This is your pile cap. This is your column. Now we are trying to understand another method, that is timber pile. See, timber pile is not strong like a concrete pile. This is a just it will be using for the retaining purpose, like a soil protection as well as water. And when you are doing this timber pile, the soil will get compacted. See, you can use, when you are using timber pile, you have 2 types of classification. You should be very carefully select. One is The class A will be used for the railway and highway bridges. The diameter or the side of it will be in the square shape, it should be less than 30 centimeter, and the class B that will be used for the foundation work other than class A. See, this is the specification of the timber pile. The specification goes like this: the length of the individual pile shall be specified length, that is plus or minus 30 centimeter for long and plus or minus 60 centimeter for the length above 12 meter. In the case of round piles, the ratio of heartwood diameter of the pile butt diameter should not be less than 0.8. See, this will be the specification you should be carefully followed when you are using timber piles. The procedure will go like this. What is the procedure? Let's understand from this picture. See, the pile see, this is your timber pile. You should be making bent. See, at the tip you should be like this, very needle type. The diameter will be a 25 centimeter to 40 centimeter area. The length shall be 1.5 to 2 times the diameter. In case if you are driving this timber pile in the hard strata like a stiff clay or a gravel, then you have to use the steel plate, otherwise this head will be damaged. So for that, what you will be doing? You will be using a suitable ring that will be wrapped with wires to prevent the splitting and reduce the broom, and the head of the pile shall be further protected by the provision of cushion head. See, when you are driving, this pile should not damage, so you are taking another, this is like a, apart from steel plate, you will be making temporary cushion block. And also, in case if you want to increase the size and length of the pile by building the section, then you will be using joints should be staggered and the timber piles should be connected with the bolts and screw. And this procedure will be continued to the required depth. In case if you are driving in the loose sand, that tends to compact the sand, which tends to increase the skin friction for the friction pile. In case of very soft soil, the driving may have to proceed from the outside to inside, so that soil is retained from the flowing and during the operation. See, next, the final I am going to discuss is sheet piling installation. See, objective of sheet pile is to retain the earth as well as water. See, application is, you can see this picture, building the diversion dam like a coffer dam, river bank protection. So you have a different types in the sheet pile. This is called as a reinforced concrete sheet pile. This all precast concrete member that is usually with tongue and groove joints. You can see this joints. And these piles are relatively heavy and bulky, and this displays a large volume of solid during driving. See, here the methods have a three types of sheet pile installation. One is vibration method. See, you can see this is the pile relatively heavy and bulky. This displays a large volume of solid during driving, and this large volume displaced soil tends to increase the driving resistance. Due to this reason, the suitable reinforcement is provided considering the larger driving stress. Another method is pressing method. This will be done with an hydraulic machine. This sheet pile can also be pressed into ground when the noise hindrance and vibration could otherwise cause problem. In that case, to avoid this noise problem, you will go with this method, that is hydraulic. Another method is excavation method. Here what you will do, first you will be excavating the soil, this trench that will be filled with a cement bentonite, then you will start installing the sheet pile. So you can see they have installed. See, there some shapes will be there. These are the different types of sheet pile for the joints. See, actual procedure will go like this. You can see first position of sheet pile, guide frame, because you have to maintain the verticality, and beam is placed over on the ground to set the position of the sheet pile. And second is installation of first sheet pile. How you will be doing? See this procedure like this. You are lifting the pile, lift up to the first sheet pile and drive into the ground, leaving about 1 meter length of the sheet pile above the ground. So you will be doing, and then after doing the one sheet pile, the same procedure you will be following for the second sheet pile, and you will be making the interlock, jointing of first sheet pile and second sheet pile, and this procedure will be repeated to cover the entire length. See this, they are covering entire length. This is the side view. In the front view it looks like, see this is the extension of sheet pile. If the first set of the sheet pile installs are not long enough to reach the required depth in the ground, extension of the sheet pile is required. This should be done by welding the end of the second sheet pile length to the one driven in the earlier and driving the combined length into the ground. See once this procedure is completed, means the required depth of the sheet pile is done, it looks like this. See. So before closing this lecture, I want to recall, in this today class we understood the type of piling equipment, that is soil auger as well as different types of rock augers. Then we try to understand the piling installation method, that is DMC method as well as rotary rig method. Then followed by the timber pile installation. Then finally we have discussed about sheet pile installation. In next class I will try to discuss on pile design for various types of soils. Thank you.